Quick, sit. You two guys right here, scoot in the back. What's your name? What's your name? Sit over here. All right, hey, everybody looking at me. You guys got to look at me because I like it when people look at me. Everybody look at me. Pay attention. What's your name? Michael, right over here, bud. All right, what did you guys learn about over there? Fire? That's good. My name is Firefighter Priebe, and we're going to teach you something different than what they taught you over there. Does anybody know what this is? Are you sure? That's a phone? It's just like this kind of phone, but it's an old one, right?
It's a flip phone.
Right, it's a flip phone. So, it's a Verizon? It is a Verizon. Good eyes. So he's got good eyeballs. So hey, guess what we're going to learn about on this side? We're going to learn about 911.
I know.
You know all about 911?
Yeah.
So tell me, who knows what number you call when you call 911?
911.
Very good. That was a trick question. That was a trick question. So hey, do you know when you call 911 there's always going to be somebody on the other side of that phone? Did you know that?
Yeah.
Now do you know that there's some information you need to have when you call 911? What do you think some of those things might be? There's 4 of them. 4 of them. What's one? Where you live or your address, right? Now tell me something. Tell me something. We need to know our address, but where can you find your address if you don't know it? On the front of your house, right? The numbers? You can.
Inside your house because my mom keeps it inside,
right. So you can practice it. You can go home and figure it out on your own. So we need to know our address. What are the other 3 things you need to know? Go ahead. Your name. And what's one of the other things you need to know?
Number.
What kind of number?
Phone number.
Your phone number. And what else do you need to know? What do you need to know? What's the 4th thing? We're going to know our address, our name, our phone number, and why you're calling. What's the emergency? Right? What's the emergency? Could be anything, right? So hey, let's talk a little bit about what an emergency is. Can you hand that to me? So hey, let's look here. Everybody look at my pictures. Look at my pictures. Is that an emergency? You got your own phone? This is an emergency? Is this something you'd call 911 for? No, just put that on the no side, okay? We're not doing that. Now, a lost dog is kind of a big deal, but you don't need to call 911, right? What about this? Everybody going to call 911 for that? All right, well, hey, let me ask you. If you call 911 for this, where are you calling 911 from? Your phone, but are you inside the house or outside the house? Outside the house, right? You don't stay in the house, right? So that's a 911 for sure. What about this? Some guy trying to kick down your neighbor's door? Yeah, you're going to call 911 for that.
That's you in a disguise.
That's me in a disguise? What about this? Are you going to call 911 for this? No. Have you ever seen a cat skeleton in a tree before? No, they don't stay in the trees. That's why. You don't call 911 for cats in the trees. That's something you don't do. Now, you know, we have gone on to calls before where people got stuck in the tree trying to get the cat out, and we had to go get the people out of the tree. What about this? Somebody that's not awake on the ground. Would you, and you can't wake them up, would you call 911 for that? Absolutely. You need an ambulance, right? He had a seizure. Very well. He could have had a seizure. What about this? Did you call 911 for that one? No? Does that look like it's really, really bad? It's not even bleeding. Nope. If you see the bone, yeah, you might want to call 911 for that. All right, so we have an idea what an emergency is and what an emergency is not. So let's go over one more time before we practice, because we're going to practice, and you guys are actually going to call 911, okay? Yep, because we're going to practice. You need to know how to do it, and the best way to know how to do something is to practice it. So what are the 4 things you need to know to call 911? Hey, Skeletor, what's number 1? What's number 1? Answer my question. Address. Phone number. Name. Emergency. Very good. All right, who wants to be a volunteer? Everybody wants to be a volunteer. Who? I am? Well, come on up here. You called me awesome. You can be number 1. And you can be number 2. And you can be number 3. Okay,
Famous.
come on up here.
You're famous. Can I be the
Who did I point to? You? Come here.
Can I be the police?
No, sit down.
You're famous.
No, I didn't. Sit down. I pointed at him.
You're famous.
All right. What's your name? You know your address?
No.
You know your address? You don't know your address? Okay, sit back down.
Okay.
Come on up. Come on up. All right, now listen. Listen very carefully. I had him sit back down because he doesn't know his address. If you don't know your address, you need to learn it, okay? Go home and practice it, okay? All right. Shh. We're only doing 3. Chillax. You're going to call 911, and they're going to talk to you, and you're going to answer all their questions, right? Do you have an emergency? What's going to be your emergency?
My mom's on fire.
Okay. Call 911. 911, what's your emergency?
My mom's on fire.
Your mom's on fire. Oh my goodness. Tell her to stop, drop, and roll. What's your name?
Hayden,
Hayden, what's your address?
930 West Chicago Street.
Okay, and what's the other thing I need to have? You got to tell me. What's the other thing I need to have? The emergency, your phone number, your name, and your address. What haven't you told me yet? What's your phone number?
2348826.
Awesome. We'll be on the way. Good job. Good job. Say yay.
One thing I don't know is my mom's phone number.
You don't know the phone number? All right, we'll just make one up. Okay, you're next. Nope. Shh, shh. You guys got to listen and make sure she does it right. Put your hand down. Joe's Pizza. I think you dialed the wrong number. Try that again. 911, what's your emergency? Make one up. That's not an emergency. How about somebody broke into the house next door? Okay, what's your address? What's your phone number? All right, we'll be on the way. Just stay away from the house so you don't get taken away by the burglar. Good job. Have a seat. All right, now you think of a emergency. Okay, go ahead. 911, what's your emergency? You guys pay attention. What's your emergency? Hey, what's your emergency? Hello? Say that next door neighbor's house is on fire. Okay, what's your address? What's your phone number? And your name? Okay, Chloe. Well, you guys stay out of the way and the firemen will be on the way, okay? All right, good job. Awesome. Now, hey, listen. No, we're done practicing, but you guys did pretty good. You need to remember what are some of the homework things we need to do. What's the first thing you need to learn when you go home? Your address. Hey, right? Are you going to learn your address? What's your address? You need to learn that when you go home. Hey, now who has a cell phone? Hey, number 11, do you have a cell phone? Do you have a cell phone?
My brother has.
But who does have a cell phone in your house? Your mom or dad? So hey, no, hold on. It's not question answering time. It's not question answering time. We need to learn our cell phone number, and if we don't have one, we need to learn mom and dad's cell phone number, okay? All right? Everybody stand up.
Let me tell you my phone number.
Make a straight line. Make a straight line. Going this way. Straight line. Straight line. Straight line.
I don't know if your phone's on. I'm trying to get
Straight line. You get in line. Excellent. Get in line. Get in line. Get in line. What grade are you people? Are you telling me I got a bunch of third graders that don't know how to make a straight flipping line? Get in line. Get in line. Get in line. All right, now, listen. 4 things we need to know. I don't want to hear anybody talking. We need cell phone number, address, name, and the emergency, right? Cell phone number, name, address, and phone number, right?
Yeah.
Right. Awesome. Awesome job. Okay. Your teacher has a piece of paper. That piece of paper is something for you to take home so you can show your mom and dad, and they're supposed to fill it out. It's about smoke alarms. Do you have them? If you need them, you bring that paper back. Your name gets put in a hat for a contest. If you win the contest, you get to ride to school in a fire truck. The only way to win the contest is to bring the paper back, so you must bring the paper back. Do you understand?
Yes.
You're out of line. Everybody understands?